Hello everyone and welcome to the official YouTube channel of Meta Digital Solutions. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a brief walkthrough on our inventory management system. After entering our details and hitting the login page, we have this beautiful landing dashboard, which we can see that we have a lot of modules from daily sales to expired products to stores and all products. The fun and interesting part about this inventory management system is that we can track the details of every transaction that was taking place on the system. Take for instance our track of today's sales, the total sales, the track of employees, the track of receivables, expired items, suppliers. Without wasting too much time, I'm going to be moving on to the modules at the left hand side of the screen. So I'm going to be touching each individual modules before the end of the video. Starting at number 1, we have the store section. This section contains the list of all the stores we have across the region. And from this section, we can also add new stores and edit the previous stores. So moving on to the next, we have the users. This section contains the list of users that has been registered to this system, which, as you can see, we have demo users, and we can also, create new users, edit previous users. And the fun part about this section is that we can choose to use the generate password button to generate a password if we are creating a new user. So in that way, we won't have to rack our heads for a password we later forget. The additional fun is that these generated passwords are, after registering your account and creating your account, are automatically saved to the system. So you don't have to know the password. You don't even have to memorize any password. So moving on to the suppliers. Section contains the details of every merchant suppliers, and like every other module, you can also choose to edit and create a new suppliers. Moving on to the category section. This part contains a categorized list of products. We can also decide to edit the category list in this section and add a new category by clicking the add category button. Without wasting too much time, we're going to be moving on to the next module, which is the products. This section contains the detailed list of all the products in stock. So I'm going to be doing a quick search for a product called Baby Rex. We can do a quick search by hitting the search button and entering the product name. The system then automatically searches for the product, and we can also choose to edit it by clicking on the edit button. We can then go ahead to edit the details and update it, but since we didn't edit or alter any details, we are just going to dismiss it. Moving on to the next module, we have the order section. This section contains the list of orders taken through the system. We can see the details of the order from the customer name and number up to the date it was taken. Moving on to the expired section. This part notifies us of product expiration. We can also track the details of the product that are going to be expiring today, in 7 days, in 3 months time, and in 6 months time. I'm going to be doing a quick retouch of the report section. From this sales report section, we can decide to search for sales reports from a couple of months back. And if it is inputted, we are going to see the results, definitely. So let's search for the results. But since there was no data recorded for that month, we won't get a response because there is nothing to display. We can also decide to change our search criteria by inputting transfer if it was transfer that was done on the day of the transaction. But because there was no transaction taking place, we won't have a record to be found. So I'm going to talk about the sales also. In this section, we can track the full details of any orders taken from the system, and we're going to be trying that out by clicking the order number so we can see the details of the transaction. We can also decide to print or send the invoice by scrolling down and clicking the send invoice button. So we have this icon where we can see the full details. We can see the invoice number, customer, date, and so on. So that's pretty much everything that you need to know on the administration section. So I'm going to log out briefly now and log back in as a cashier. So stay tuned. After entering our sign-in details, we are going to hit the sign-in button to sign in. And we are successfully signed in, and here is the dashboard for the cashier, where we have details of today's sales, yesterday's sales, last 7 days sales, current month records at the top of the screen, and at the bottom of the screen we have the today's transactions. So looking at the modules look similar to that of the admin, so we are just going to skip through them and talk on the important part for the cashier. So I'm going to try to make a demo sale by clicking on the sales button, then I'll select the product category. So I'm going to input the customer name as guest. Sorry, wrong spelling. Guest. The next thing we want to do is click on the add to cart and enter the quantity amount. And maybe add some other products. Let's add some other products. Also enter the quantity amount and select the means of payment. Then we're going to generate the invoice by clicking on the generate button. Let's wait a bit, and we have successfully generated the invoice. So we have the details of the sales invoice, which has the sales point as POS office, our cashier name, Lizzie, invoice number, and customer, our guest. So, and the date, yes, we have the details, the quantity of the products, the amount, their price, and the total amount. I'm going to quickly check the sales report if there is the report of the transaction we just made, and there it is. We have it paid in POS, the amount, the customer name, and I made a quick login to the admin section to check if the details of the transaction we just made is in the order list. So let's do a quick refresh, and there we have it. And we also have the detail of the demo transaction here, from the attendant's name to the order number to the customer payment method. So clicking on the order number, we are going to see the details, the full details of the transaction. So we can also send the invoice, and you can even check the sales reports to see the report of the sales that was carried out. Also, by clicking on the customer ID, we can choose to save the documents in PDF format. So let's go back real quick. As I mentioned earlier, that we can check the details of transactions by searching with the date and payment method the transaction was carried out with. So let's do the date range quickly and create the search record. So we have the details of the transaction here, every details of the transaction, and that will be all for today's video. Thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button to see tutorial videos about our products.